Attention gamers, as someone who plays squishy champions in League of Legends and thus enjoys inflicting pain on myself, the sound of receiving a Valentine from this pink sex ant always results in PTSD cringe pissing my pants as almost nothing good ever follows that sound.
You're adopted!
Coming from someone who doesn't even know where pink wards are in the store because I have never bought one, this champ has been responsible for many teary eyes and dead allies. People whine about bugs on test PvE servers making enemies temporarily invisible when this scantily clad butt bug and her pigtails of terror is just running around live servers surprise Monica Lewinskying every rift dweller in her way. So today I decided to hop on this free load train but not in the jungle because no matter how many videos I watch of people effortlessly full clearing before their first back, this obese regurgitating ribbit machine seems to put his try-hard hat on every time I play this impossible role. Therefore I decided to take this thorn whore top because she is considered melee, which means 12 stack conquerors stack quicker than Lincoln logs, making for an easy way to catch some of these meta simps off guard. So if you are excited for me to play an S tier jungler at a very below S tier level of skill to prove that top lane is a good home for stealthy insects wearing pink thongs, then slap that upward thumb button and subscribe for more. The game starts with my bot lane windshitter demanding his Yumi unlatch from his sped titties so he could get solo XP while selfishly not leashing for our jungler, and if that isn't the freaking epitome of people who play Yasuo then I don't know what is. Anyways, I am against Inspector Gadget's freakishly tall first wife and immediately we get a case of cocky top laners disrespecting the sex ant pick as she tries to start a level 1 fight. But I stack my conqueror like League YouTubers stack lobbies to get content, making my health go up as hers goes down until a little synchronized flash performance ends in me sticking my pinky straight in her stinky to earn first blood. A few minutes later and we get in another top lane tussle which leaves us both butt-ass naked and exhausted, but a group of my little blue boys saw the whole thing and now they are simping for those long legs as she runs back to safety and I chug some of my moonshine to erect my green ween. She tries to scissor kick me right as I am trying to execute the red team leader, which pisses me off, so I do a little tail tickle and shove a few more horny thornies up her ass for the kill. A wild shitfest appears bot lane, so I call up Hooded Henry and ask him to Zeus deuce me into battle, but a combination of me being dumb while playing a sex fetish insect makes me mindlessly chase some ash instead of focusing the actual priority. I put my head down thinking about giving up on my hopes and dreams of sticking one of my erect pigtails into an ash hole, but the magic muff comes down to convince me otherwise. We advise Reaper Randy to not get in the way as my mid laner ties her up for me, to which I say, "Ooh la la." Turns out their Camille left the game because I guess she didn't like me going rapid fire horny thorny emasculating her every time she wanted to tickle a midget, and this is League after all, so quitting is the best option, but I am not complaining because it allows me to travel the world at a young age, paying visits to the shitbag of Shurima and informing him that being equates to being doomed when I have mobilized my sex whip. I just want to say that nothing turns me on more than a wheat farmer who glows in the dark murdering chickens, so I inform him that rough sex is in his future and then we connect. He crawls up and inside of me, which wasn't exactly what I had in mind, catching me off guard as he shits himself out. But you don't cozy up inside of my anus and then bolt like it's nothing, so I have Tucker time tits issue some punishment. I catch that bird soldier ventriloquist window shopping, so I send him a Valentine, to which he starts telling me that the Emperor of Shurima can't be seen giving into seduction, especially around the Red Robe Academy, but I say not to worry because Riot gave me a single button that makes every problem you can have go away. And you are probably thinking, good for Rav, that lucky son of a bitch, he fell on the right side of this toxic piss bit of an AFK festival for once, but you were wrong, as Tweedledee and Tweedledum over here collectively decide that they lost lane, so thus their team deserves to lose the game as they scurry off so they can make it on time for their dickheads anonymous meeting. I try to salvage the situation by seeing if the Cosmic Wheat Farmer is up for round 2 of ass play, but I have to deal with this stupid bird's freaking Walmart brand discount statue making noise. So I say, do not fear, a big O penis is here, and I jam my forehead into my alt key for the kill. Then for those of you who play this invisible walking abomination of broken bullshit, you know her mentality is that
I only do one night stands.
But Luzier here has left me so satisfied in our previous meetings that I make an exception and tap that ruffled up fluffer nugget ass for a third time. To which my jungler wants to know if we have a quitters quorum, and I inform him that Mama Rav didn't raise no bitch, and I guess he didn't like that answer, and since there is zero punishment for such behavior, He too decides to leave as well because his time is better spent finishing that Virgin's Guide to Appearing Less Like a Virgin article he was reading before the game. This results in just a perfect depiction of what solo queue in League of Legends has become, and despite the first game having potential, a parade of pussies becomes the block to this cock, leaving me with no choice other than to queue up a second. Now the second game was lacking a bit of Rift Alexa announcing my name, to give me fame for my actions in lane, because this ungroomed fat fuck would just take a slurp out of the concoction he made from his mom's tit milk and some purple drank to negate the effects of any foreplay I attempted, so I resorted to selling my ass on the neighbor's streets to make my money, starting with this small civil suit over who gets custody of that dead crab's carcass, which big surprise the win shitter lost, but thanks to a premature prediction by that pale ogre and a flash into titty flash to get his attention, we nab first blood. But dead already. Cyan clearly popped 2 espresso shots in his coffee this morning, forcing me to clench my butt cheeks so hard together that it almost snapped my pink G-string straight in half, trying to avoid this malding moron taking me down. And even though assist gold is below what I normally charge to send lewds, the boys come back top to return the favor, so I put on a little sleazy teasy, if you know what I am saying, and then I distract that swollen dwarf from the pain he is about to experience, all while keeping my distance, as he has a reputation for whipping giant kegs at people when he is drunk. I receive word that a few shitters have my team's support stripped butt-ass naked and dancing in front of a statue to get them TikTok views, so I command the sky to shit me out, which prompts Zelda to hit the off switch on her brain. This still earns her a paycheck, and girls with money make my pigtails erect, so I swipe right and wait for her to match with me, and then I let her eat my ass. The best part of this bug that makes you invisible that hasn't been fixed in years is that you can completely ignore farming in lieu of being a certified douche snozzle like I was here, only to completely cuck up your combo and be left wanting more. On second thought, there is this other bug in the game called everything about her ult, so I exploit that one as well. Sir Simsalot from Sparta is off forest finagling with Box, so we come in and I so desperately want to join in right away, but Mama Sex Aunt always said that good things come to those who wait, and the look on Hoppy Zelda's face when I told her these tits would be the last thing she would ever see was worth it. Back at top and warning, you are about to witness the side effects of Yone syndrome as the swirls of stupidity have him swaddled, prompting a double dash into danger. Drop your wallet, then port back to your own dead stupidity combo, so I run in and say I can do one better by missing my money shot and having to flash to earn my keep. Then the obese pale skins ogre gets a concerning look on his face, so I make like a titty and bounce. Top lane sends me a text and says he doesn't want to jinx it, but this is the most people have ever hung out with him as Edward Scissorhands cuts up an ash hole, turning that Clash Day kitten shit into a stray. So I send her a notification that I heart cats to make her feel comfortable around me, and then I say psych bitch, dogs rule, cats drool, before murdering her. Hopping Helen and her pathetic shattered sword try to play clean up, but I press the one button that rules them all to get me distance while waiting for the invisibility bug to happen again so I can get away safely. I am plotting an assassination with the shadow shitter, but it all goes wrong when he ports out of danger into danger, so I come in on a solo mission to hand deliver a valentine to that cold-hearted archer before finding myself in a bit of a situation. But I am top lane Eve, so I do both the tanking and the spanking as a tail whip speeds me up and I ejaculate a random pink thorn out of pure excitement that I escaped such a gloomy doom. Turns out when you are a total asshole to everyone around you, you lose all your friends and have to go on walks alone, so I take advantage of the isolation by hitting a flash to claim some free cash, but apparently counting Dracula feels like he deserves a paycheck for all my hard work. But joke's on him, I left the archer a note that said same time same place tomorrow, and we meet up for rendezvous round 2 as I put on an utterly embarrassing display of just vast ineptitude, forcing me to peel off in fear of being the first Evelynn in the history of League of Legends to lose a 1v1 to an ADC, but I regain my focus as well as my sex drive and come back to show that I have 2 of the pink that both fit in the stink. Then I decide to kill off the rest of the witnesses and flee the crime scene because sparkling Zelda was on her way. I get out thanks to the invisibility bug, to which some confusion arises around where I had gone, so I tactfully and cleverly reply with the most savage comeback of the century to just flat out ruin this young gentleman's entire night. Remember, this is silver, so contesting the wolves and other small jungle camps are typically worth picking a teamfight over, and this one's going pretty well for us, but I start to suspect that the getaway plans are going to be spoiled, so I run in and see if the TLC 700-pound man would be interested in giving me an autograph, but he dies of a heart attack before I can find a pen, and then I deliver the bad news to this book-writing black tabby that no shelter can take her, and so we have to euthanize. At this point I notice what I probably have already received hundreds of hate comments about, which is that I built Spellbinder and have yet to use it this whole game. And this is quite embarrassing, so I decide to distract myself by pressing the button that makes Rift Alexa call me legendary, and this is enough to end the game. So for those of you who have a Gromp complex like me but still want to try this broken bullshit of a champ against the forces of solo queue, here is proof that this healthy stealthy pink sex ant can be effective in the top lane as long as the average IQ of the enemy team is less than 47. Now speaking of invisibility bugs, I have top secret access to the PBE, a privilege that I chose to have instead of being invited to the League of Legends partnership program, all for you the viewer to benefit. So please let me know in the comments if you would like to see some season 11 nonsense take place in some upcoming videos on this channel, and take a visit over to my second channel if you want to see some of that nonsense now. Pet your dog, jerk your ween, play champs that are invisible, and brush your teeth tonight. Rav out.